this feeling I can't leave. I'm walking and I'm dreaming. Will you dare to give it over and walk by my side? Do you see the road? Do you hear it's cold?
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Margaret, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do so by clicking on the subscribe button below and tapping on the notification bell so that you will be aware of new uploads.
Just getting me going.
Our topic for today is going to be a very serious process because I just came from the COMELEC branch here in LAPU-LAPU, and it was my first time to actually register for elections. You know, you might be wondering, I'm already 31, but it's my first time. So, it was a very difficult process. Let me be straightforward because the process I went through was not easy. I thought it was going to be easy because I already had my schedule, 9:45 a.m. I already had the papers that they directed me to download and print. However, when I got there, I showed them what I printed and it seemed to be wrong. It had the wrong back part and it was not in the right sequence. So that's the very first thing you need to make sure you have all the documents, they're complete and they're in the right sequence. So what you need to do is first have a COVID form. So first is the COVID form. You need to fill out everything, including your temperature when you came in. They want you to have a face mask, a face shield, bring your own alcohol, bring your own ball pen, and bring a long bond paper. For the long bond paper, I was not asked that a while ago, but somehow the requirements needed to be complete. So first, make sure you have an ID which has Lapu-Lapu City as the address. If you don't have one, you can bring a valid ID together with a marriage certificate perhaps. That's what I presented because I was married here in Lapu-Lapu and my address was there. It was indicated there that I am from Lapu-Lapu, so that was sufficient enough, right? So I made sure. So I did not have a photocopy when I went there. So that was another hassle part. At first she told me to make sure to photocopy the right sequence. I did. I went out, came back. And then afterwards she told me I had to have a marriage certificate photocopy, which I didn't have. So I had to go out, but luckily I was helped by one of the staff from the SK office. It was near the COMELEC office and naluoy siya. He volunteered to photocopy this part for me where it showed my address. So thank you so much. I think that was Sir Ramirez Sr. Arto yan nga, nalimot ko. Thank you so much, sir. Naluoy good town sila na ako. So okay. So you need to make sure first page. So these are the papers that I photocopied. Okay. Here you go. So first page. Okay, so this is the COVID form, right? COVID declaration form, your name, your address, and then the temperature that they got when you came in their office. They're in the entrance of the city hall. You need to sign it and the date. Make sure everything is no, but make sure to read and then put a check mark. COVID form first. And then afterwards, you need the form na taas, which came along with the acknowledgement receipt. This is going to be the first page. You need to make sure the back part is the one for the officer. Alright. This is the one at the back. Right? This needs to be back to back. Kay strikta kay si ma'am, di siya musugot na dili back to back. Okay? First problem, when I went to the front desk, they gave me a bunch of papers. It was back to back. But it was not in the right sequence. So I had to photocopy it again. More hassle. Anyway, so make sure you have this paper here, this form here, with acknowledgement receipt. The back of it needs to be the one indicating copy for the election officer. Page 1 and 2. Muna silang duha. Right? So, COVID form, page 1 and 2. And your page 3 and 4 So second page, wala na siya acknowledgement receipt. This is how the form looks like. Ang kinaubsan is part 4 voters ID. Kana siya. Page 3 ni. Ang layuan ni needs to be copy for the central file. Sa'yo pilang gihatag nako. So I had to photocopy it again. So make sure this is your page 3. Bottom part is the voter's identification number. At the back, you have the copy for the central file. Page 3 and 4. Last page. Last page is going to be... Okay. As I remember it, this was the 5th page. Same na na voter's ID sa ubos. The back part should be the one with... copy for the provincial election supervisor, right? So you have 3 pages, the back-to-back, and the COVID declaration form. And if you have PSA or the birth certificate, make sure to bring a photocopy as well. And if you have a marriage certificate, make sure you also have a photocopy. And if you bring an ID, make sure you have also a photocopy of it back-to-back. That's how strict they are. Those should be complete. Without those, if you lack one, pabalikon kas agi. Right? So that's the first step. Make sure all your requirements are complete. Second step, you need to go to their website. I'm going to show you the process here at the side. You need to go to COMELEC online registration. Okay? And you say that you want to ask for registration, but I'll show you the process here. You need to send them a message. Ask for registration. And then they will ask for your full name, for your address, and for your phone number. Right? So after that, you will then ask schedule for biometrics. And then they will give you a specific date and time for you to go there. If you're not given a schedule, you cannot proceed. Because they only have... What I saw a while ago, 29 names on their list for this day, right? If you're not part of that list, they will ask you to come back because, of course, scheduling is done online. So, mo to siya na kailangan ka sa listahan sa ilang step 1 for you to proceed. So, everything, okay na ang papers. Then, fill outan dayo to ni ma'am, ang iyang mga form, and then you'll proceed to step 2, wherein the clerk will list down something in their logbooks and give you the acknowledgement receipt, right? So after this, they will ask you to put alcohol in your hands and sign their logbook, and then ask you to go inside the COMELEC office. So once you're inside the COMELEC office, you will be asked to sit down, and then Sir Benz will be there. He'll be taking note of your information, confirming what you have written, if it's the right spelling, and so on and so forth. Take your photo. Okay, you'll be asked to remove your face shield and your face mask, and you'll be asked to, of course, have your picture taken. And after that, I asked him if I needed an ID, if I'll be getting an ID. He said there will be no ID anymore. It will be all online. So what you need to do to ensure that your account stays active, you need to vote once, at least once every 2 years. So if you miss voting for 2 consecutive elections, that will make your registration null and void. You need to reapply. So you need to make sure it's either yes, no into election, or no, yes. That's how he presented it. But make sure you don't skip 2 in a row. You need to vote at least every other year, every other election year. Alright? And after that, he confirmed that you're already successfully registered. But before that, I signed. Okay? You need to sign twice. You need to check if your signature is at par with the specimen that you had in the forms. Because you need to sign in the forms. You need to sign and have your right and left thumb marks in 3 front papers. Right? So if okay na to siya, he will also get the biometrics of both. Basta ang gikuha niya first was this pair and this pair. After that, you are good to go. Right? My schedule was 9:45 a.m. I arrived there with downloaded and printed copies. However, niung sila sayup. And thank you so much for giving me the forms. But however, the forms that you gave me, two of them, by the way, were in the wrong sequence. So I had to photocopy again. But anyway, please make sure you follow the right sequence. I'll put them here at the side and also show you the steps on how to register online. I'll put them here at the side as well. And I think that's it. No ID, no COMELEC ID anymore. Everything is online. You'll be given the slip. The slip will bear your application number and your precinct number. I hope you guys found this video informational, and I hope you won't have hard time registering for the first time for COMELEC here in Lapu-Lapu. I hope you guys the best. I hope you stay protected when you go there. Make sure you have your own ball pen, alcohol, face mask, face shield. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And if you want to show your support to my channel because you appreciated this video, please do subscribe by tapping on the subscribe button below and tapping on the notification bell as well, so that you'll be aware of new uploads. Thank you so much for being here today. God bless you and take care. Happy voting!